Turned out new information about how Phoenix police handled the protest that lasted all summer. The arrests, the overtime, and the mistakes. Chief Jerry Williams having to answer questions from city leaders. ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw has the details from the, at times, tense meeting.
There was tear gas, tackling, and a palpable tension from May 28th to the 31st.
During this 4-day period, the police department arrested 354 subjects.
And there was a lot of alleged misconduct.
Rioting, unlawful assembly, aggravated assault, resisting arrest, obstructing a public thoroughfare, criminal damage, and curfew violations.
As ABC 15 first reported, most of those counts never stuck.
You're going to be let go without any sort of restrictions.
I will say, sitting here at the table, that we made mistakes. We did. So the idea and decision to cut and paste, I'm sure, was determined for expedited purposes.
Wednesday morning, Chief Williams answering for the actions of her nearly 3,000 officers.
There were people who didn't get their property. Other things happened, so we learned a lot.
Activists don't think Phoenix PD's learned enough.
Make no mistake. These are political prosecutions.
The chief addressing the allegations her department's targeted activist leaders.
I probably shouldn't say much about it. The county attorney's office would be the ones to send it to the grand jury and to file the charges.
Leader Bruce Franks, who was arrested in August and now suing, confronting the chief with the department's own stats.
He said between May and November, they've monitored and worked 285 protests, and 95% of the time, nobody was arrested. So you mean to tell me that 14 protests warranted the majority of those resources? That's fiscally irresponsible.
In those 7 months, the department spent $14 million on protest overtime.
I didn't necessarily want to spend that much money on overtime.
The chief, though, strongly defending the response and show of force.
We were following the letter of the law and the rules of law, while at the same time trying to make sure that thousands of people who had gathered to voice their discontent with police were still able to do so.
In the end, Chief Williams expressing a desire to better communicate with protesters when there isn't a barricade and tear gas in between them.
I would love to have the opportunity and have my team sit down with the organizers. We've not been as successful as we should be with that.
Now, the city and police department have asked ASU to do an independent review and offer recommendations on how they can better handle protests moving forward. The professor leading the study tells me the university is doing it for free and hopes to have it completed by May. Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.